I was thinking I was going to write a book on the Cold War arms race, because one of the key questions that had motivated me was, why was it that in the Cold War the Soviet Union could make nuclear weapons, they could make missiles and rockets that shot the first satellite into space, but they could never miniaturize computing power? And that seemed to me an important question for the history of the Cold War. But as I began to dig into that, I came to realize that the answer to that question had to do with the origins of computer chips, which first emerged in missile and rocket guidance systems in the early Cold War. And I came to realize this just as the US government was ramping up its competition with China to control the future of chip technology. And I sort of put these two pieces together, the history of chips and missile technology and the current US-China competition, and realized that there was an entire history of the last 60 years that you really couldn't understand without knowing much about computer chips. And I admit, when I started, I knew very little, but today I've come to the conclusion that they're really the core to understanding globalization, the balance of military power, and how our economy has changed since the first chips were invented in the late 1950s.